All right, y'all. Welcome back. Another day, another truck to lower. Love it. Y'all keep bringing these things to me. I believe this is a 2009. That's what the customer said. Extended cab, GMC. He's already had the short tires put on for the drop kit. It had 275 55s on, I believe. Went to a shorter tire. He eventually wants to put 24s on this truck. But for right now, we're going to be on these. And when we do 24s, I'm pretty sure we're going to do wheel tubs in the bed and probably do some cutting on the front. But he ordered a Reklez suspension 5.9 drop kit. When you get your 5.9 drop kit from Reklez, this is what it comes with. It comes with DJM 3-inch upper and lower control arms, a Reklez underbed notch. That's your ball joints for your upper control arms. 2-inch drop shackle. You got a flip kit here. Flip kit is 7 inches of drop, and then you add the shackle. That makes it 9. And then you got a 2-inch drop spindle right here. This is your Max Track brand also. They're going to go the 2-inch spindle and the 3-inch control arm, 5-inch drop up front. Like I say, flip kit 7, shackles makes it 9. And you got a big enough notch to clear with the 9 and shorter shocks. I believe that you're supposed to run shock extenders with these shocks at 9 because those shocks they may bottom out. I'm not positive on that, so I'm going to try them. And if we run into an issue, I think I have a set on the shelf, but I'm not positive. All right, so we're finna get started. I'm not going to show you step by step on this one like I normally do. I'm just going to show you what it looked like before and what it looks like after, and maybe a clip of it, the suspension installed before I put the wheel back on. But this one, I kind of got off work late today, and I got to get in here and pound it out. So, like I say, I just ain't gonna try to film every second of it. This is everything installed. Upper control arms with ball joints, lower control arms, factory strut, tie rod in, and there's a 2-inch drop spindle there. Factory sway bar end links, and everything's hooked back up. You don't quite have enough slack here to put that back where it's supposed to be, but just put it in there. It ain't going nowhere. On this side, I had to take the strut completely out to get that upper control arm bolt out. The other side comes out without taking the strut out. So just a heads up, we're about to stick the front wheels on and take the bed bolts out and spin this guy around. Helper 1, helper 2. He's helping real quick.
Yep.
Helper 3's actually over here helping. We'll pay that piece of metal we cut off your truck in. Yeah. Hang on, we got this one. I heard some full boards. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, grab a piece of 2x4. See where we're at? That'll work.
There was another 4x4.
I was probably holding the suspension up on that ass end right now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they come out of Hunter's truck. There's one right here. How long does it have to be? Hang on.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
It's low. It's really, really low.
It's low.
And the lift arm's going to come out from under it. So we're going to block it up. You got it over there?
Yep.
You got one under that side?
No.
So when your truck's really low, this is how we get it off the lift.
If it's static.
There's
You got it under the wheel, right?
not so cheap way to fix this issue.
Yeah, it's called put it back stock hot.
Well, that
Airbag.
Kind of disappointed. I thought it was going to be lower than that.
Oh, you will once you drive it.
Yeah, true. It's factory strut though. It's not going to settle. Let's
No, once it
all right, that's true.
mine did the same thing.
All right, Brandon, take that spacer off the lift arm. Yeah.
these stocks do look good on this truck.
And then stick it back under. Hey, he left us $1.
Hey.
Hey, you can leave all the money you want in your truck. Like every dollar you can spend $10,000 in the console. I ain't gonna touch it. You leave some Skittles in there? I'm gonna eat them.
I was about to say, where is this going?
Put some Skittles in there and find out. The peanut M&M's.
That's gotta be Reese's for me.
All right, sir, pull that out.
The Reese cup we done melted though.
Gotta catch them up right though.
No.
All right, bounce on the front right there. Being the valence ain't go about 4 inches off the dirt. Still got some travel. right, let's turn this dude around and bed off of it. Hey, go. Go. All right, so next day, back out here. Got spun around last night, snatched the bed off. I done started on it, but didn't make any film. I was just going to show y'all a couple of tips and tricks if you are doing this yourself. First one is you have to remove this and flip the bolt upside down before you put the flip kit on. A lot of times it's kind of tight in there because the leaf spring is still sitting right on top of the rear end. Pull that guy up, stick your pry bar in there. It'll hold it up. You got plenty of room to get your vice grips on. You can get your impact to the top. Take your bolt loose. But before you take that loose, put a C-clamp on it. Put it right here. It'll hold it all together. I was going to do that before I started filming, but I forgot. Anyway, so you put your C-clamp on there. That'll hold it all together. Zip that nut off. Pull that out. Remove your plate. Spin your vice grips up. Put it in from the top. And now you got room to get ratchet or your impact or whatever to the bottom and tighten that bolt back up. Remove your C-clamp and it's ready to flip up under the rear end. All right, on the front, you have to push this bolt in. Once you push the bolt in, you can grab this and pull it around the rear end and go back under it, and then jack the rear end up and put it back together. You don't have to pull this bolt completely out. What I like to do is I take a drill bit. I don't know what size that is. It's fairly small. And drill a hole into that bolt. You see it? Now I put a piece of welding wire in it. Twist it together like that. I can push that bolt in where this is just inside of here. And once it's in there, it'll allow that bushing to move enough that you can spin this leaf spring around. And once you get it spun to the bottom of the rear end, you grab this right here, pull the bolt right back out. You might have to wiggle the leaf spring just a little bit, but it'll slide right back out. And cut your welding wire off and put your nut back on. Also, you don't have to get to the backside. You put your nut on. This is a, I believe, 12 millimeter. Let me see. Where did I go with it? Oh, no, that's a 15. I don't remember what I've done with it. Yeah, it's a 12 because that's the socket that's missing. You can hold the nut with a 15/16 or a 24 and put a 12 on there, and you can tighten that bolt up without getting to the backside. You can do that on both sides, and maybe that'll save somebody out there some aggravation. It's just tricks I've learned from years of doing this stuff, man. And I'll set up the tripod just a minute and show y'all how I flip the leaf springs. All right, so I've got this bolt turned over. So I'm ready to flip the leaf springs now. All right, I'm gonna pull this pry bar out, let it sit down. And I'm going to push this bolt. Just where the end of the bolt is inside that piece of metal. And it will allow you to pivot that around, just like so. And of course, when I try to show you, it doesn't work. Just like that. There's your bolt. You can put your nut back on. And she's through there. All right, so we got the notch in. New drop shocks. Remember the part number on those?
2210.
I think that's right. Or maybe 2212. Anyway, it comes with the kit, so you don't have to figure that out on your own. Like I say, flip kit's on. We got the new shackles from Reklez. We set it in the bottom hole to set this at an 8-inch drop because you're supposed to run shock extenders at 9, and he doesn't have any. So I'm going to set it at 8 and hope it rides good. If it's that shock that bottoms out. This one's actually got enough to travel, but that one over there bottoms out for whatever reason. They're different. But Chandler put his shackle in the wrong hole.
Oh, that shock bottoms out.
Yeah, so we're about to put that in the right hole, and this is what it looks like, folks. Pretty simple. I mean, if you can weld, you can put these notches in and have a plasma cutter or a cut-off wheel or a sawzall. And that is 2210 FF. Yeah, that's right. Street Performers. All right, about to wind this girl up. I've got to take the front end back apart. I didn't have any Loctite last night to put on the ball joint bolts. Very important that you do that because those will back out and your ball joint and control arm will separate and then your tire will fall off. Ask us how we know. Actually, I've caught it before, but I did have that happen. My pink truck. Remember when I first got it together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned it the red light. This truck had been together for like 3 days, and the wheel left the scene. It said, bam, over on the face of my intro billet wheel and skin it all the way around the lip.
In the CBS parking lot.
Yeah, I pulled it in there, laid it out, and left it till the next day and was like, you truck. Hey, look, Jose come to hang out with us too. Hadn't saw him in a while, so I bought an S10, and now he comes and hangs out with us. He ain't like us until we bought S10s. All right, so one other thing to note is that when you get done with this drop kit, with those DJM arms and that drop spindle, you're going to have some toe out. If you can see the front wheel up there, it's kind of focusing on the back. That tire's towed out. And this tire's towed out. I actually started turning those in before I made film, so they were actually worse than that. I've turned them in a little bit. And also, I put the camber plates about where they were. The wheel has positive camber, so I'm going to turn those back in some. See if we can get this thing roughed in enough to get it to an alignment shop. All right, so what I was saying earlier is these upper ball joint bolts, you need to put thread locker on those. When I put all this together Monday night, I didn't have any. My tube got left without a cap on it, and it was hard. So I went and bought some. I'm going to do just one at a time. That way I don't have to take it all back loose and put thread locker on them, because I personally have had those bolts come out of a ball joint on my pink Sierra. And the ball joint and spindle and everything fell out and messed the face of my wheel up pretty good. That was rushing, trying to hurry up and get it ready for a car show and not doing it like I should, and that's my fault. And as my buddy Stuart says, that's called bought experience, because it cost me money to get my wheel fixed and never fix it. So do that. Use my experience to not let you have that experience. All right, y'all, so got this thing rolled out. See the clearances here? Got 20s on it with 255/40 tires. See the clearances there? See the clearance here? There ain't really a whole lot, but there is some. If he decides to go to 24s, we're going to have to tub the bed, I'm sure of it. But with the 20s, it fits really good. Pretty low to the ground. Fixing to go test drive it. Another thing to note is I had to cut the exhaust off behind the muffler because it was hitting the rear end. But other than that, I think I showed you everything that you need to look forward to, or look for whenever you're doing it, to avoid, frustrations. All right, so the customer asked me if he could put 24s on with his drop kit. To be honest, I wasn't sure. But I have a set of 24-inch rollers that I use to move frames around and stuff with. And stuck them on here, a couple lug nuts. This is a 24 by 10 with a 255/30 tire. Got a little bit of clearance there. I mean, I think it'll rub on dips, but it clears. Same with the bed. We got probably 1.5 or 2 inches of clearance to the wheel tub in there, but as you can tell, it looks good. Me personally, I'd probably try it and see if it does rub too bad. Might go to a smaller wheel, but I think he'll be just fine right there with that. The rear is actually, it's set at 8. I had to move the down one hole in the shackle, and he ordered shock extenders yesterday, so he's going to put those on himself. But there you go. That's a 5/8 drop from Reklez. 24s, 255/30, 24-inch tires, and it looks good.